Yeah.
Do we need intro music? Hi, let's talk.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Discs Over Downloads. Today we're going to follow up on one of our topics from last episode. We want to discuss Xbox layoffs and talk about the Steam Machine.
Steam Machine? I have a major problem with the Steam Machine right out the gate. I have one serious problem.
All right, let's talk about that first.
It is not capable of producing actual Steam.
Damn. Hero is hoping to heat my home with it.
Right?
Well,
awful.
Depending on what you're playing, you might be able to do that.
Right? Oh man.
As much as I think we should get into the Steam Machine, we should start with the radio silence from PlayStation.
Yeah.
Man. 10 days.
So
10 days.
it's not just radio silence. 4 days after they posted, for those of you who missed the last episode, we're talking about PlayStation getting rid of discs and going all digital, and how 100% of the gaming community says they're fucking stupid for it. Their first thing they talk about 4 days later is introducing a new fight stick that's apparently modifiable. And all the comments on that were people shitting on them for getting rid of discs. But it gets worse. Did you guys hear about this? They're not just not talking about it, they're actively avoiding talking about it because they think we're lemmings.
Yeah, they think it'll go away. I have heard that.
After enough time has passed, they assume that everyone's just going to adapt to their all-digital future because what choice do they have regarding PlayStation? Eventually people will just get over it. But also, apparently they've run the numbers, and they believe it costs them approximately nothing to just ignore the people complaining about it because they'll fall in line or go somewhere else.
Yes. Actually, on that subject, so I'm going to pull this up just so that we can see it. Sony's share price actually took a significant hit when they announced that. And a large portion of that hit came from the CEO selling a bunch of his shares because he knows exactly what's going to happen.
On that note, I read an article on PC Gamer about a French politician making a petition about that physical game petition to save physical games in hopes of combating a future where game ownership doesn't actually exist.
Oh, is that Jean-Luc Mélenchon?
Yeah. With the end of physical games, the video game industry wants to impose a fully digital model on us, where access will be conditional and time limited. The buyer's rights will be denied. This is a triumph of total commodification. You pay full price for nothing, more than a simple revocable right of access.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Sony wants. They want to be able to take it away from you. When GTA 6 Enhanced Edition comes out, they want to be able to delist GTA 6 and make you buy it again. That's what they want to do.
We've been pointing towards Sony for this because they've been the ones who were very vocal about it recently. But I would like to point out that Xbox is just as guilty of this because they already said that Project Helix is also going to be all digital. So Sony may be getting the flack for this, but I want to put out there it's not unique to them. Xbox is doing this too. I don't recall.
They're going to catch the same shit. I promise you that they're going to catch the same shit. People
they are.
Buy digital consoles. They just want.
Well, it's why they're airing out all their dirty laundry now, while PlayStation is in the fucking.
People forget this. When the Series X and S came out, the S's were everywhere. You could get one no problem. The X was completely unavailable because that's the only thing anyone wanted. You could talk to GameStop employees from that time, and they'll tell you. People would come in. Do you have the Xbox? Yeah. We have the Series S. No, I want the one with the disc. I want the disc drive. Oh no, we don't have that. Bye. And they walk right out. They wanted nothing to do with it. The all digital console doesn't interest people the way that it should, or the way that they want it to, not the way that it should.
I mean,
because you instantly lose money on it. You can't buy used. You know what I mean?
No.
The first time you go to GameStop and you look on the shelf and you see a used copy of the game you want for $30, and then you go home and you go, well, I can't buy discs, and you go online and it's $70 on the store. Oh well, you're just out $40. And when the console is $100 cheaper, like, it only takes a couple of purchases like that before you might as well have bought the disc one.
Yeah.
You know, it's that simple. So, in other news, Microsoft is started another major workforce reduction. This is from Newsweek. They're cutting just under 4,800 employees as they begin their new financial year. So they've insisted very publicly that this is a reshaping of their labor force, and they are not replacing these people with AI, which I reasonably believe, because they are hiring, roughly that same number of people. Between H-1B visas and regular standard hiring of American citizens and things like that, there's a lot of misleading info about this. One of them that's going around is that Microsoft is shutting down 4 studios, which is not true. There are 4 studios being spun off differently. Just so that we don't get any confusion about that. The 4 studios involved are Double Fine, Compulsion Games, Ninja Theory, and Undead Labs, none of which are being shut down as of today. Double Fine is returning back to its founder, Tim Schafer. Compulsion Games is going back to, I'm probably saying this wrong, Guillaume Provost. I don't know a lot about Compulsion or Mr. Provost. I assume Guillaume is a man's name, I'm pretty sure. I should Google this guy. But Ninja Theory and Undead Labs are being sold, with agreements in place to ensure Senua's Saga and State of Decay 3 continue development under new leadership. That is again via Newsweek, as of July 6th. So 4 days ago, as of the recording of this. Asha Sharma said that the division's business fundamentals had weakened, so margins are 3 to 10 times lower of comparable platform and publishing companies, with a smaller install base entering the current console generation and investments that failed to grow at the pace leadership expected, not accepted. So yeah, that's basically what they're doing with those 4 studios. But they are letting people go out of Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, King, Mojang, even Xbox Game Studios are seeing reductions. So they're restructuring across the board and then rehiring. It may just be new talent acquisition. I'm not sure exactly what this is about, but it is a shame that this keeps happening in the current state of things. That I get. So if I just go up here, yeah, go ahead.
From what I understand, this is all just for the bottom line. This is all just for the shareholders to make sure everything is, so they're always turning a profit.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like we weren't making money fast enough, so we're gonna outsource our labor like every other company and hire people who will do things for pennies a day, like every tech company seems to be doing.
Or haven't been with the company long enough to earn the raises that we have.
That too.
That said, I will say we're laying off 5,000 people, and we're giving Asha Sharma an increase in her annual compensation package by $2 million. She's going from $23 million a year to $25 million a year.
Wonder where that money came from.
I would say,
we're not making enough money.
And that's the thing is, like, Ninja Theory, like the Hellblade, they just announced a new game coming out.
They announced a new Hellblade during Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, and then like a week later, no, not a week, like 2 weeks later, we got the announcement that they were being separated from Xbox, and it's like, whoa, what? What happened?
Those games end up on Steam anyways, right?
For the most part.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention this because I went and looked up Ninja Theory because I was like, what other games have they made?
Ninja
Heavenly
Sword, the Ninja Gaiden games. The DMC Devil May Cry reboot that was so bad they discontinued that series immediately.
Ninja Theory did not make the Ninja Gaiden games. They did make the DMC Devil May Cry series.
No. Who made the ones that were on like PS3?
Team Ninja.
Ninja.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Ninja. The first line of the Wikipedia article is not to be confused with Ninja Theory.
Okay.
They're two separate things.
All right. Well, I have to rewrite them in my head then because I've always been like, yeah, they're the Ninja Gaiden people. Ninja Theory. Oh, fuck.
They're
totally different. A common mistake. Oh, can we talk about the Steam machine? I'm jonesing for it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the wonderful device that is called the Gabe Cube or the Steam machine. And how are we feeling about that?
I'm gonna let you two go first because I'm so ready to body fools about this. I'm gonna let you two get your thing out.
You go first, Astral. You were ready to talk about this too.
Just shove me in front of the line here. Okay, I see.
I don't think anybody's gonna like my opinion about it, so we're gonna let you go first.
Okay. $1,000 is a lot of money.
1,049 without a controller.
For the 512 model.
What is it? 1,100? 1,149?
It's 1128 with the controller. 1,349 for a 2 terabyte. 1,428 for a 2 terabyte with the controller.
Yeah. So that's a lot of money for a quote unquote console.
I do want to point out before we get too far away from the pricing, that is a discounted controller. So 149 to 1128, you are getting that controller about 30% off, and the same with 1349 to 1428, you're getting that controller about 30% off.
I personally think that's way too much. How do you feel about this, Shotgun? Because I have other opinions.
The main factor is going to be how it performs, for me anyways, against like actual desktops. Now I understand the form factor and the intent is that it's supposed to be like you put it in your living room, it's Steam Big Picture mode or Steam Deck in console form for the people who want to play Steam on their couch. But you know what? I can hook my computer up to my TV in my living room and hook up a controller and do the exact same thing. For the price, I mean, if it performs adequately for the price, then I suppose I can get it for someone who already doesn't have a gaming PC. But if you already have a gaming PC and you already have a console, it seems kind of like it's too expensive for the job, you know? Also, what console, since they've been trying to market it as a console, doesn't come standard with a controller? My PlayStation came with one, my Xbox came with one, my Switch technically came with two. Yes, there are bundles with it, but now they're charging extra for one. This seems like there are more cons than pros to it, and I'm kind of disappointed.
Steam Machine is a teeny tiny 6-inch form factor cube. It's exceedingly portable, can go in any room in your house, can plug into any TV that you like. It's very, very convenient. As we're talking about $1,000 computers, there is no other $1,000 computer with that small form factor or that quiet for this performance anywhere on the market. Cannot be done. $1,049 is a lot of money for a Steam machine. People were expecting to be $750, and people are going, why wouldn't I just get a PS5 Pro? PS5 Pro is $900. Does not come with a disk drive, does not have alternate stores that you can buy from. You don't have access to Steam, GOG, Epic Games Store. I wouldn't use Epic Games Store anyway, but lots of people do use it just for the free games. You can make all of that work on the Steam machine. So you have a lot more access to games, a lot more access to sales and price decreases. You're not getting locked into an environment where you're stuck paying for that price, whether you like it or not. The other thing is the PS5 Pro is $900, does come with a controller, which is great, but that's only $150 cheaper, and you have to pay for the online service. If you want to play online, you have to pay a monthly fee. How much is that? Let's take a look at PlayStation Plus pricing. We're just going to look at the monthly pricing.
Let's pull that up.
So a 1 month subscription is $20. A 3 month subscription, so quarterly, is $55. And for 12 months, it's $160.
Yeah,
that's for premium. So under Essential, it defaults to premium. So under Essential, it's $11 a month. And then $3. It's every 3 months is $28. A 12-month subscription, so the cheapest option you could possibly take. The 12-month subscription of Essential is $80. So you are already at $980, and you have not bought a single game.
I don't know if they still do, but I know when I bought my PS5, it came with a game. I got a code for God of War Ragnarok.
It does come with Astro's Playroom. If you can find a deal that includes a game, that's great. That's a fantastic add-on. We'll just compare that to all of the free games that you can play on Steam without having to pay a monthly fee to access them.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not going to argue that PlayStation or Xbox offers a better service than Steam does. Strictly on hardware. Yeah.
We're talking strictly about price for hardware. The Steam Machine and the PS5 Pro are compared, and they are comparable in their performance. The PS5 Pro is a little bit better, right? We'll give it that. It is a little bit more powerful, but it is a lot more expensive because you are expected to pay this price every month. And people say, oh, but you get free games out of it. Like you pay an $80 a year and you get free games. But as soon as you cancel this subscription, you don't have those games anymore.
Yep.
And as soon as Sony decides you don't have those games anymore, they're going to yank them out of your library, and you have too bad. You can't do anything about it, which Valve has proven they won't do. The other really great point you made was no controller. No controller? Like you're selling a console, quote unquote, with no controller? That's nuts. So, out of curiosity, what controllers work on your PlayStation 5?
Just PS5 controllers, of course. And I know where you're going to go with this, is you can plug out basically any controller into the Steam machine.
Yeah, plug any controller into the Steam machine, including that PlayStation controller you already own.
But suppose I don't own those. You know, what if someone who doesn't own a console buys this and then has to supply their own controller or keyboard and mouse or something?
You can get a controller. You can get a perfectly good modern day controller for $40-$50. Yeah, and that's cheaper than a PlayStation controller. I am a big Steam guy. I will sit here and just kiss up to Steam because I love Steam so much. But I see people talking about how expensive the Steam machine is, and it just isn't. We haven't even factored in like. I had this open specifically for this reason, but it turns out it just ended. So the Steam Summer Sale just happened.
Yep. Yeah. That ended.
Games are so much cheaper on Steam than they are basically anywhere else.
I think one of the big things that like that price is a big sticker shock to anybody just looking at the prices of these things and not doing the deeper research that needs to be done if you're purchasing a console or buying a computer. My hope is that when all of this RAM bullshit finally resolves, that like the prices will come down.
Yep. Yeah. If it had come and knowing Valve, I'll give them this because why not? If the supplies, if like computer parts start to come down again once this whole RAM thing eventually pops, it is fixed, I'm willing to bet they'll drop it back down, or they'll drop it down at least a little. We're selling the Steam machine for like $150 off now. You know?
Yeah. That's the other. I don't think PlayStation will ever bring their prices back down unless they absolutely have to. They're only going to do it if Microsoft does it. You know, it's you're 100% correct. But once Ramageddon's over, Valve will drop their prices. They just want people on their platform.
I can see Steam OLEDs going for like $600 again or something like that. Make it worth buying again. Well, maybe not. I think the Steam Deck probably has a limited lifespan. And not because I think people won't want that kind of thing anymore. But so many other companies are making these kind of things now, like the ROG Ally and stuff like that. Someone's going to figure out how to make one that's twice as powerful as the Steam Deck for half the cost eventually. I think eventually,
someday, of course.
I think eventually Steam will just stop. Either Steam themselves will figure that one out, or it'll just be like, the competition for this is really fierce. The Steam machine is selling well. We're going to pivot away from the Steam Deck and go all in on this, and because people aren't really doing that yet. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing that I'll flip you on that one. Valve's hardware. This is something I didn't even touch on. Valve's hardware is upgradable. Like, you can fiddle with. You don't get banned from Steam if you open your deck up and you desolder whatever chip is in there and solder on a new chip and make it work. You don't get banned for that. Like, you can upgrade these. People have upgraded the screens in their Steam Decks. They have upgraded the chip. They have upgraded the the SoC. They have upgraded the RAM. They have installed larger batteries. Like, you're not just allowed to do that. They make it easy to do it. It could be a little easier. Like, they could make it so that you didn't have to do any soldering, but it's yeah, so that's another addition. Like, how much are you going to be able to upgrade the GameCube? Probably not much, because it's very small.
It's like a laptop. That's probably not something you could do at home easily.
If you have the knowledge and the tools, you can. Yeah.
Easily being the key word. Like parts for things like that would be hard to find that will actually work. You're kind of experimenting a bit at that point. But yeah, it is at the end of the day a computer, and a computer can be modified.
Well, I think the biggest hurdle is overcoming that sticker shock and realizing, oh wait, no, I am getting $1,000 worth of games and the Steam machine to run them. Like, that's the way you should look at it. Exactly.
You're getting the value of being on the best platform, and it's hard to compare it to an actual PC. Like, my actual PC sitting here is way better than a Steam machine. It was also twice the price and didn't come with a controller. So, I
guess it depends on the use case ultimately. As someone who's been playing on PC for a long time, I would rather just upgrade my actual PC than buy this thing for the price that they want. But I suppose if you're someone, like someone who's graduating to PC from console, this isn't necessarily a bad transition point. You know, so I guess it depends on
converting. If you're taking 20 physical games and your PlayStation 5 and your 2 controllers over to GameStop and trading them in for cash, you might get $500-$600 for that. So that might cover a decent chunk of the the Steam machine's cost. So there's that too. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Right. And I mean, I'm in that position as well. Like, I have a very decent gaming computer with a moderately modern graphics card. All right. The Steam machine is not worth it to me because I already have a PC that's able to run 99% of the games that I own.
So here's the part I'm curious about, and I wanted to ask this earlier. As far as moving away from it being a console, because it is also a PC, let's talk about some of the things that would matter to PC people. With such a small form factor, something else just occurred to me. Ports. How many USB I don't know about you guys, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 6 USB cords plugged into my computer. How many does the Steam machine have? I know it has 1 DisplayPort and 1 HDMI. Most people are using 2 monitors, so there's your gaming monitor and your secondary one.
You are not using 2 monitors on the Steam machine.
No?
No, this is for your living room. This is for your TV.
Suppose I wanted to, though.
So it has...
That's your problem. That's not what it's designed for.
2 on the front, 2 on the back, and 1 USB-C on the back.
It has 1 USB-C and 4 USB-A ports.
Okay.
There's two USBs on the front, 2 on the back, and then the USB-C in the front.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and for a 6-inch little teeny tiny 160 millimeter cube, That is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I can't complain about that. That's keyboard, mouse, also, headset, microphone, and a controller.
We talked about 512 gigs of storage. It's also expandable. You can just buy a micro SD card and plug it in.
Yep.
Like no BS.
You were talking about the for the desktop computer. Like the thing is this is. I don't think this is a desktop computer. I think this is a console. This is a console that you can bring the stuff that you get on it. You can bring to your desktop computer if you want to via Steam.
I mean, it's kind of both, because SteamOS does have a desktop mode. That's not what this was made for, but as far as I know, there's no reason you couldn't just use this as a desktop. That's just not the point.
I'm gonna tell you that is not the intention of this product.
Yeah,
like that is absolutely not what they were trying to do with it. You can use it for that. You can install your own apps, other operating systems. You can do other work on it. But this is the kind of thing where they say, "Who are we to tell you how to use your computer?"
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not This is not meant to replace your desktop computer. Like that is not the point of it. Can it? Sure, but that's not the advertised goal of the machine. You know.
Yep. That's going to be it for this week's episode. Next week, I think we're going to pivot from gaming news and talk about some of our favorite games we've been playing recently.
Yeah, we're going to talk about whatever we want. It's not always going to be complaining about not being able to buy physical discs. Although we will be complaining about not being able to buy physical discs. Don't you worry.
It's in the name. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching, and remember, if you have a topic you would like us to discuss, or maybe a game you'd like us to talk about, or you just want to say hi or tell us we suck, whatever you feel like, leave it in the comments below.